So when Rebecca found out that Esau was on a chase to kill to kill Jacob, she gathered up all his clothes or whatever. She was like, I have an uncle. His name is hold on. His name escapes me. No, it's not Lot. No. She had a brother. Okay, I'll come back to the name. I forgot to put it in my notes, but she had a brother, and she was like, "You're gonna go to him and then live with him for a while because your brother's out there to kill you." So now, his name is Laban or Laban. Laban, right? Laban. Yeah, that was his name. The uncle's name was Laban, and so he started living there. And then he started kind of made that his home. And then Jacob was growing up, so he needed a wife. And then Laban, he had 2 children. Their names were Leah and Rachel. Now, now Leah was the firstborn of the family, and she wasn't the most attractive one. And what's his name really wanted Rachel. Jacob really wanted Rachel. He didn't want Leah. So he was like, Laban asked Jacob. He was like, Jacob asked Laban if he could marry his daughter Rachel. He was like, yes, you could work for me for 7 years, and then
Jacob went to live with his
uncle.
mother's
Uncle. No, his mother's brother, which is his uncle.
His mother's brother.
Yeah.
Who is his uncle, right?
Yes.
And he wants to marry his cousin.
No, yeah. I know this is the Old Testament, so just don't look at it from today's point of view. I mean, just you could easily look at like how much has changed in the sense of like how much a word means. Back then it was serious, but now you can see like a word is broken easily. Where was I? Yeah, he said you work for me for 7 years, and then you'll get Rachel. So, and he said you work for me for free because your family. He was like, okay. He worked his 7 years. He paid his dues. He worked for 7 years, and 7 years later he goes to Laban or Laban and he was like, can I marry your daughter now? And he wanted to give him Leah. And Jacob was like, that's not what we agreed upon. Well, he was like, well, you wanted to marry one of my daughters, I'm giving you Leah. He was like, no, I want Rachel. So he was like, if you want Rachel, you're going to have to work 7 more years. So he worked 7 more years and ended up getting Rachel. Now, while all this was happening, keep in mind, Esau was still what? He's still chasing him. He's still trying to. Oh, you have a question? Oh, okay, sorry. He still had that anger inside him that makes him want to kill Jacob. So one night Jacob was how do I put this? No, hold on. Oh, no, I missed an important part. Sorry. God told, after he got Rachel, God told Jacob to return home, to his original home, which is where Isaac, his father's home is. And on his way there, he got tired. It was, the sun was going down. It was sunset time. He got tired and laid down for a little bit. And then he had a dream. Jacob had a dream that he was wrestling somebody. And then when he realized, no, it's not he had a dream. Hold on. How do I? No.
He did wrestle somebody.
Yeah.
It wasn't me.
Okay, yeah, no. Yeah, so he sorry, he wrestled somebody and then he didn't know who he was at the time. And then they just kept going at it. They kept fighting and they kept fighting and they kept fighting. And at the end, he told him that I won't stop fighting you until you give me your blessing.
Wait, is it still in the dream?
Huh?
Is it still in his dream?
No.
It wasn't.
Yeah, I think I messed up on my, like, I don't, it's not a dream. He actually did fight him. It's not a dream. Yeah. So scratch the dream part. Huh?
On his way back?
No,
Sorry.
hold on.
Jacob's dream, the one where he left the sheep. Are you in Genesis 28?
Yeah, I'm in Genesis. Yeah, that's where I'm
Chapter 28?
at. Hold on. No, hold on. Dawi, can you help me out real quick? I think my notes are messed up.
The dream is of the stairs with the angels going up and down.
That one?
That's a dream. And
Okay.
that symbolizes the Virgin Mary. So Jacob is tired and he sleeps, he has a dream. In the dream there's stairs and the angels, the angels are going up and down.
No,
The ladder.
On the earth.
And that symbolizes the Virgin Mary and what's about to happen in the New Testament. The ladder connects the heaven and this world together. That's the Virgin Mary. And the people going up and down symbolize us who, in order to get to God, we go through the Virgin Mary, which actually shows the intercession of the Virgin Mary. So that's what happens. That was before he married.
Genesis
Is
chapter
that in
28.
the Bible?
Yes,
Like, oh,
verse chapter 20.
Verse 10.
Chapter 20, verse 10.
26.
28, verse 10. The ladder shows up at verse 12.
And then he marries Rachel, right?
After he married, before he married him, was it his dream?
Yeah, right after this is on there.
Oh, before?
That he wrestles with God right before he's about to meet up with Esau. It's after he leaves the house.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, the way I wrote it.
You're doing good. He dreams of the ladder and then he goes to marry Rachel.
And then
Continue from here.
And then on his return is when he fights, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's running away from you.
After he's finished everything,
With-
after Tobin, he goes to face Esau. Right before the big battle is
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, it's just let's just move on.
Good job. Woo!
So after God told Jacob to return home. God told Jacob to return home, and that he has to face Esau. And then he also Jacob heard that Esau was also coming to meet him, and on his way there, since God told him to return, Jacob he was on his way back to his father's house, and then he runs into a stranger. He just they start fighting. So when they start fighting, Jacob says that I won't stop until you.
So you stop and talk about how Ryan and Leah influenced them as a
Right hand of you.
Huh?
How he married Ryan and Leah. And how many kids they have.
Oh, the choice. Thanks for that. Okay, I talked about how he worked 7 more years to get Rachel. And once Jacob marries Rachel, they have 12 children. Is that
We
right?
have 11.
So what happened is, Jacob, on his way to his uncle's house, he rests and he has this dream of the ladder going up and down. Eventually, he goes up to his uncle's house. He's working there and he falls in love with Rachel. And he tells the uncle, hey, I want to marry Rachel. So he says, you have to work for me for 7 years. So for 7 years, he's working, he's slaving for his uncle. And then the day finally came. He's excited, he's happy. So they go into the house, it's dark, you know, and they kind of throw her in there and be like, good luck. And he's like, oh, Rachel, you know, and then, you know, they do what husbands and wives do. The morning comes, he, you know, sees her, and it's Leah. He's like, you fooled me, man, you know, that was 7 years of my life, man, what are you doing, dude? And he was like, I know, but she's the older one, so you gotta do what it is. So then he waits another 7 years working in order to marry Rachel. Now that's 14 years he has to have been enslaved by his uncle. And then, unfortunately, Rachel couldn't have a kid fast, but Leah's popping them out, right? So Rachel is like, yo, what's going on? And then, you know, she gets her helpers to have kids. Basically, they used to do that back in the day. And then, all in all, from 4 women, he has 12 kids, and that's very important. But he has 12 kids, because these 12 kids, which, you know, so you will later on tell you guys, are the ones who are going to establish the Israel nation. It is them. And then, so at the end, he's frustrated. I mean, his uncle is taking advantage of him. And, you know, Jacob finally is wise enough to say, you know what, I've seen what's happening. Now I'm going to